Hey guys, we are just waiting for Stephanie to join. I see she's on. Just wait for her to pop on. We have a very cool PMU talk with you. Steph will be here in just 1 second. I just brought her in. Stephanie!
Hello, hello.
How are you?
Gosh, good.
Well,
Good.
welcome back.
I know. It's only taken a little while, right?
I know. Well, it'll be totally worth it for any viewers joining. We had technical difficulties the last time getting Steph on, and she literally was going to the ends of the earth to make it happen, but we did not succeed. So here we are today.
Yes. It was nuts. I'm telling you, last time we were trying everything we could to try to make this work. So thank you for everybody hanging in there, and Jody for being so patient to make this work. Yeah.
Anytime, girl. Well, I'm so excited to get this live started. I have been thinking about it all day. I'm pumped. I can't wait to get into all of the things with you. First off, a little housekeeping. I'll definitely introduce myself. I'll have you introduce yourself, Stephanie, and then we'll jump into a lot of the really great PMU and paramedical questions that we have.
Okay.
All right. So I feel like anybody who hasn't joined in or doesn't know me, I'm Jody Stoski. I live in Calgary, Alberta, Canada. I'm the owner and founder of the Paramedical Tattoo Academy, which is online and teaches all of the essential, critical, fundamental elements of paramedical tattooing to PMUs so that they can incorporate it into their businesses and help their clients heal with tattoos.
Yes.
And now we have Stephanie. Stephanie, please tell everybody about you.
Okay. Well, let's see. I'm here in Portland, Oregon in the United States. So I'm in the Pacific Northwest. And I started doing paramedical tattooing a few years back. I segued from doing like banking finance. I had a friend of mine who actually ended up getting breast cancer, and there wasn't anybody in the Pacific Northwest that was like readily available for her to get her areolas tattooed, and that just seemed kind of mind-boggling to me. So that's kind of what made me think about possibly getting into the paramedical field and tattooing. And so that's how I jumped from here to there. Or from there to here. I don't know, but
that is a crazy transition from banking world into that.
Oh yeah, it was definitely from going from like corporate, to the beauty industry. Such a different world. Absolutely, such a different world. Yeah,
totally. So you had PMU in your business, and then you incorporated paramedical.
Right. Yeah.
So how many years did you do PMU for?
I was doing PMU for about 2 years. And then I was like, wow, I really am interested in doing more than brows and lips and eyeliner, which I absolutely love doing. I love my clients, but I wanted to also add to more of the things that I was already doing. And like I was saying before, like that was something that doing the areola reconstruction was something that just kind of spoke to me. The nipple whisperer. It just kind of speaks to you,
So was it your friend who had breast cancer? Is that sort of the segue that ended up happening for you?
Yeah. It was kind of like the first step in many that kind of created this whole transition of just I love what I do, and there's no turning back now. And I wouldn't, because I absolutely love what I do. I love and adore my clients. It's just the most amazing thing to be able to walk these journeys, you know, with men and women, and you know, and anybody else. So.
So, Steph, how did you train? How did you end up adding PMU?
So we have so many amazing, amazing people that have put in their dues, and I mean, I like want to bow down to them. They're just amazing. Like, for me personally, Vicki Hansen has been a total lifesaver. She has like literally helped walk me off the cliff. You know, like I've called her like almost crying about, you know, some procedure that I did, and she, you know, was there to like guide me and, you know, help me. So I think being able to um, get your training from like reputable artists and educators that have been in the industry for, you know, number of years, I think is really key, really, really important, to continue those relationships, the mentorship. I know that I can call any one of my previous educators and like call them up on the phone, or I've even been invited to their houses. Like,
Aw.
oh, if you're in, you know, such and such state, you know, come and visit me, stay, you know, for a week, whatever. And it's like, that's just so crazy to me that like people would feel so comfortable to allow, you know, one of their previous students to stay with them and share their life with them for whatever amount of time. You know, it just speaks volumes about like our industry. You
Yeah,
know, we
absolutely. And
just
I think too
adore
that
it.
the paramedical tattoo industry in general is just, it has a different feel to it. It has different expectations around it. It's not so much about perfection and those types of results. It's really about improvement and confidence and moving forward, with those types of intent and feelings, which is so great to add to your business. I think for
Yeah.
me, it's like that 50-50 probably. For me, I have 50% of my clients as paramedical and the other 50 as cosmetic. And it's just such a nice blend day to day to
Right.
be able to interact on this level and then again on this level too. So, how have you found your first clients? What does that look like for you?
First clients. This is really crazy. So I'll tell you about one of my first clients. She was my areola client, and I needed a model, right? I just needed a model, for this class that I was going to be taking. And so I put out a ad in the Nextdoor app. I don't know if anybody has Nextdoor um, app
Yeah, I
where you
haven't.
guys are. It's basically like it's like a Craigslist, but
Okay.
it's for your specific like zip code, like neighborhood.
Love.
Um, yeah, and so you can like anyway, you can just put out like whatever kind of post or comment or hey, this is for sale or whatever. So anyway, I ended up doing that. Like, hey, you know, I'm you know a student. I really need an areola client that was looking to get their nipples tattooed and their areolas. And so anyway, it was this weird, crazy thing. And my client ended up messaging me because the Nextdoor app had actually taken down the app or down the
The
post
posting.
because it was, you know, whatever, like offensive to
Yeah.
somebody. And but it was up long enough for her husband to see the post,
Yeah.
and so he told her about it. She called me, and turns out we had actually talked to each other about being like workout partners
Oh, no way.
Yeah, through the Nextdoor app because I was like, oh my gosh, I need somebody to help me be accountable, blah, blah, blah. And so we had already like communicated with each other previously. And then this happened. So it was like this weird, like universe type of thing where she just kind of like fell into my lap with,
Yeah.
you know, this whole thing. So it was really cool. So that's how I found my first client. Just
And
putting
now,
out a post. So
and so now how do people find you, Steph?
yeah, so they word of mouth. I keep like a list of like models
Mhm.
for people that that I just kind of have on hand.
Yeah.
So some people just get a hold of me through email. Like I said, word of mouth is like both basically
The
like
big.
how I
I
get.
find too, like before and after photos always speak
Oh,
so much volume. And one of the really cool things about paramedical tattooing is that those photos are so unique to people and they speak to people in a way that most other tattoos don't, because for one, it's super three-dimensional and realistic, so people are usually taken aback by that. And second, it's things that they never thought would occur.
right.
So like changing the look of a skin graft, or
Yeah.
camouflaging a scar, or putting a 3D areola on. They're just such different kinds of tattoos that I think are just so, not only a great way to elevate your business, but it really sets you aside from your competition.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. I remember when I first got started, and this might have happened with you too, but I was so bad about taking like my before and after pictures. I would be like, oh my gosh, I'm so excited to get started on
Yeah.
you. And so I would like be so great about taking the afters, and then I'd be like, oh crap, I
Yeah.
totally forgot to do the befores. So
It's the
at the
worst.
very beginning, yeah, it was like, dang it, no.
So, how do you feel, Steph, about online trainings like the Jody Stoski Paramedical Tattoo Academy?
Okay, so first, I'm so glad that you brought that up because yesterday I was watching um, your your interview with the trans people that you had on for.
Yeah, Morgan and Mish,
Yeah, that's it.
they're
And
awesome.
I absolutely loved it. I had no idea that there was even an organization that you could become a part of to
Yeah.
do that. And oh my gosh. So I'm getting on board with becoming a part of that as a business to offer that because I have quite a few trans clients as well.
Oh, amazing.
So yeah, so cool. Okay, so and I think that's super cool too that you have this course that is very like specific
Yeah.
um, because not everybody lives in a environment or a unique kind of like Portland, Oregon. Portland, Oregon is kind of not to be generalizing, but I mean we're pretty forward thinking in a lot
Yeah.
of ways
Yeah.
and accepting and um, you know whatever. Anyway, but um, so I think that having that ability to offer a class for people that would like to offer more, um, I think it's brilliant. I think it's great.
Oh,
Um,
well, thank you.
yeah,
One of the things I love about kind of making these little segments and modules off of different paramedical concepts is that people can kind of cherry pick and a la carte things into
yes.
their paramedical. I know your paramedical business has been very popular and has taken over for you. What do you have to say to artists that are like sitting on the fence? Do we add this to our business? What's your advice?
I would say go for it. I mean, what have you got to lose? I mean, really, if your heart really has to be in the right place. So if you're trying to do it as a money generator,
Mhm.
um, you know, it is, but it's not also.
Yeah.
Um, you're it really has to be something that you're passionate about, something where you're really, you want to make a difference in somebody's life, in a
I
really
think
positive
I
way.
think just tattooing in general is like, if you are not passionate about it and you can't be specific and detail oriented, you're probably not in the right business. I think people who always lead with like, I'm going to do this to become rich are not always the successful people. I think a lot of times people who have that mindset of, I want to help people, I want to give back, I want to have a day at work that doesn't seem like a day at work. And so, I mean, I know that's how I feel. I'm sure that's how you feel as well, but it's certainly the essence of why I think people like you and I exist and why you and I do well in paramedical.
Yeah.
I would say most of my students come from that place as well. One of the most common things is that it really speaks to them with, you know, I want to incorporate transgender affirming tattooing into my business. Like, what a great way to learn. And that training did not exist before.
Oh my
So,
word.
yeah, I think just it's taking a lot of steps forward. And even though I do still believe it's in its infancy, it's certainly growing and at a really, to me, it seems like at a really quick speed.
I think so. I think we're right at the cusp of watching this grow. I think we're really at the forefront, Jody. It's something that I think, we're going to be leaders in this industry, you know,
Yeah.
doing this, for sure.
How has paramedical tattooing separated you from your competition?
It separated me. You mean as far as like,
Just from like a business perspective, like,
yeah.
how are you compared to your competitors? What does that feel like? I mean, I know people tell me all the time that I tend to be their first choice because they look at my work and they're like, they obviously have, there's a lot of credibility there that you do a lot of different things, that you help people, but it's just such a range of skills. And do you hear the same thing?
Yeah. So as far as the competition goes, I look at it a little bit differently. How do I look at it in a way and vocalize it? I don't really look at anybody here as my competition.
Mm-hmm.
I'm competing against myself,
Yeah.
basically. I'm always trying to do better than what I did the last time, you know.
I guess a better way is to like, how does it differentiate from your competition? Not so much like I'm a big advocate of, you know, community over competition. I know that can be a hard concept in our industry, but
Yes.
how does you having as a business doing the paramedical tattooing differentiate you from
Does that
us?
separate me a little bit more from
Yeah.
like just a regular PMU artist, perhaps?
Yeah.
I would say there's a great deal of difference. You know, I think that because I do have a broader knowledge, a deeper knowledge of skin, you know, color, you know, machine, different tools, needles, gosh, just the list keeps going. There's a lot of different things that are applicable to cosmetic, that I can use from my paramedical
Yeah.
side. So, and vice versa. So it's, I have a little bit more broader knowledge, deeper knowledge,
Yeah.
that would maybe set me a little bit more apart from people that do, only cosmetic.
Yeah. Fair. And then, okay, a couple rapid fire questions here.
Okay, yeah, go.
Talk to me. What is your favorite tattoo machine?
Oh God, that's so hard right now. Okay, I am absolutely in love with my Valhalla. I
Okay.
love my Valhalla. I love it. Um, but I also am just recently fell in love with the Bellar,
Okay.
um, which I've been doing lips with that one and eyeliner. Um, and then my flux for SMP. I'm just nuts about my flux. But I love the flux too on body art. So I love using my flux for body art. So
Right on.
it's so hard,
Hard
you
to
know.
pick.
It's so hard to pick. It's like what's your favorite like needle? You know, it's so hard, like the Vertex,
Yeah.
it's so hard.
Okay, what's your favorite pigment line?
Oof. Okay, for what?
For paramedical.
For paramedical. Oof. Um, I really like Mandy Solar's stuff a lot.
Okay.
But then I also mix stuff up too, just depending upon what it is, that
Yeah.
needs, I don't know. Yeah.
Okay, what's your favorite paramedical tattoo procedure?
I would have to say areolas. They're just so much fun to do and such a challenge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, that's amazing. Well, listen, Stephanie, where can people find you?
They can find me on Instagram,
Okay.
obviously, right here at About Face by Stephanie Jane.
Yep.
Team Micro, Damian Porter, and all those guys are finishing up my website. They're basically waiting on me to finish up some things so
Yeah.
we can finally go live. They're waiting on me. So, but once that's finished, my website will be about face in pdx.com. So when that's finally up and running, that will be the website. And then they can also get in touch with me through email at stephaniejanesPMU@gmail. And then I do have a business phone number, 971-359-3276. So, and I do only answer, during basic business hours. So, yeah.
Perfect. Well, Stephanie, I want to thank you so much. And I think you are an amazing paramedical tattoo artist. I love that paramedical tattooing has changed your business and you're so successful at it. I hope this has motivated some of our PMU
Yes.
people to not only incorporate that, but just get that experience and feelings of what that actually brings to you. So
Yes.
thanks again for joining us.
Oh my gosh, yes, of course. And if anybody has any questions, please feel free to, private message me. I will do whatever I can to help you or guide you in the right direction if I'm able. So.
Oh, I love that. I know it's like that community is really helpful. I find.
Oh my gosh.
Oh,
Such a sisterhood, brotherhood.
yeah.
It's so amazing. Yeah, absolutely.
So
Oh my
good.
gosh. I've been looking forward to this, Jody. Thank you so much, girl. You are amazing. I
thank
absolutely adore you. Yes.
Okay, well, listen, you have an amazing weekend. Thank you so much for joining us today, Stephanie, and we will chat soon.
Okay.
Okay, bye, everybody.
Bye.